Hey guys, welcome back to a Draft Day Sports Pro Basketball 2023 with the Sacramento Kings. It is January 1st, 2029, and your Kings are a Western Conference best 28 and 10. If you look at our schedule for the month of December, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 and 3 in the month of December. So it was a very, very good month for us as a team. I mentioned top team in the Western Conference. We're 8.5 games clear of the Lakers. In the conference, we've got a 2-game lead on Dallas, 3 on Houston, and second best team in the NBA still behind the Cleveland Cavaliers, who have been the best team in our world statistics-wise. Morant averaging just under 15 a game. Murray averaging just under a double-double, 17 and 9.4. And Jelly at 14.5 and 7. Juan Hicks off the bench, 14 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Clark off the bench, 10 points, 4 rebounds. Gerard Brown, numbers are starting to increase a bit. Again, he hasn't played much. He's played 31 games this year, but he missed 300 days or whatever. So starting to come around. 11 points, 6.5 rebounds. Ladarchek, 9 points, 5.5. Brian Mason, 9 and 5.5 off the bench. Smith has moved to the bench, 7.5 and 9.3, and he's really unhappy, along with Luis Wall. So I have a feeling one of these or both of these players are going to be looking at an email here. Are going to be on are going to be on the trade block, are going to be traded. Potentially. We'll see what's available. Trade deadline is in about a month. I mean, we could potentially move them for, a different big, maybe a big that's not as good, and then a draft pick, something like that. So in fact, let's just take a look now. Let's see what's available. Let's see if we can find a team that isn't as good. Like, I wonder if we could do something like this. Where is he? Wall and where is he? Right there. Oh, it's not cap legal, right? Because Smith is making $21 million. Right. So we want to find a team that's not good, right? Ideally. And then take back somebody. Do we take back Nurkic? Offensively, he's fine, but he can't really do much else. Nurkic in a first for Wall and Leon Smith. I mean, maybe we bring back Anthony Davis for a year. It's not cap legal. Oh, right. So we got to make it cap legal, but I think we can make something like that work if we can find somebody who's not as good. And I would really love Michael Bradley. Some are all good defensively. That's not cap legal, though. Not cap legal. I mean, Toronto, that might work. The issue, though, is I don't want to trade them just to trade them. I mean, I'd rather bring somebody back who has some actual value, right? Like somebody who's not completely terrible. We just got to make sure that it's cap legal. Milwaukee. McDonald looks pretty good. Again, Leon Smith making. So this year we have just our first round pick, right? Yeah, our first, our second. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this Toronto one, Nurkic in a first. It's not cap legal. I got to add about $7 million roughly. Beal's on a 2-year deal, which doesn't help. Excuse me. I mean, this weakens our backcourt. We could always just bring up Clyburn. His shooting is fine. His defensive ability is fine. I mean, do they take this? They get Leon Smith and Luis Wall to give us Jurkic and a first? Considerably more in return. Really? Okay, so they value. Oh, that's fine. They value that pick. Let's just do some simming. Let's get through. Let's get towards the end of February and see how it goes, or the beginning of February rather. It's probably going to be a bit shorter episode. I don't have a ton of time today, so I want to at least get something recorded. Probably get up through the deadline, so it might only be a 15 or 20 minute video, which is fine. So no games for the first 3 days of the month. You can see our schedule, upcoming schedule up here. We got the Lakers, the Timberwolves, and the Bulls coming up. So we haven't had a game in three days, yet somebody is now injured. Darchik is out for a day. All right, so we will substitute Mason for him. I like Clark coming off the bench, frankly. All right, at home against the Lakers, 30-point victory. Murray with 29 and 10. Got himself a game. 29 and 12, rather. Morant with 28. Angeli only has 4. Hicks with 19 off the bench. A bad Lakers team. We should be good with Lodarchik now. Back out there for Mason. Yeah, Mason we have on a ridiculous contract. He's going to be a free agent. I can't imagine we're going to be able to re-sign him, but that's fine. So we've won 7 in a row. On the road against the Timberwolves, another 30-point win, another double-double for Murray. As long as he stays healthy, he's damn good. So we get 3 players with 20 points or more, and then 4 players off the bench in double figures. A double-double for Smith off the bench. 26, 8, and 5 for Morant. We're up to 3 injured players now. Of course we are. Who's hurt? Mason, Wall, and Clyburn, who's down in. Yeah, and we may end up calling Clyburn up if we end up trading Leon Smith. He's obviously not as good, but 125, 111. Lodarchik is hurt, and that usually when it pops up like that, it's maybe not a significant injury, but he'll be down for a couple of weeks, I would guess. 35 for Morant, 25, 9, and 8 for Angeli. Another double-double, almost a triple-double for Murray. 13 points, 9 rebounds, 11 assists. Let's see how long Lodarchik is down for. 10 days, yeah. So we will go. Mason's down for 2. So I think we go Clark in the starting lineup. We don't have a game today. So we may get, because I'd rather have Mason in the starting lineup. Got a game today, so I think he's going to have to. Yeah, okay, he's fine now. All right, so let's swap Clark and Mason. Gets Mason out there as the starting power forward as we look for our 10th straight victory, a home game against the Magic. Ooh, and we lose by a point at home. Just our 3rd home loss of the season. Wow. Outscored by 14 in the 4th quarter. That'll do it. Paolo Banchero, 22 points, 15 rebounds, 6 assists. He is a monster. Wow. He's 26 years old. Murray with another double-double. Brown, 17 and 12. Not enough. Hicks had himself a terrible game. So yeah, we'll get to February and we'll see what we can do about the trade deadline. Okay, road game here against the Mavericks. I think the only player that's injured is Lodarchik. He's out for 6 more days. Road game now against the Mavs. It's 2 losses in a row. Brian Mason is now hurt. Wonderful. We're diving deep into our power forward depth here. 14 and 10 for Brown, 23 for Murray. How long is Mason out for? He's out for 8. Oh, and Angeli's hurt too. Awesome. How long is he down for? It's probable for 7 days, which means it's going to jack with his numbers. He's going to play 6 minutes a game. So Mason will come out. Clark will come in. And then center. Power forward. I don't want Clark playing that much. What's it going to do here? All right. We've lost 2 in a row. Lost 2 games in a row. Today, the 16th. No, we got a game tomorrow. All right, I'll grab my coffee. Another road game against the Pelicans. A 136-133 win. Gerard Brown had 40. We got to level up. So we'll look at the box score. We'll level ourselves up. That's a game. 40 points, 11 rebounds for Gerard Brown. That's kind of what we were expecting out of him. I mean, not 40, but another double-double for Murray. Hicks with 37 and 10 off the bench. Holy crap. That is a game. Awesome. Let's level ourselves up. We got, 4 points? Is that what it's going to give us? Yeah. Let's put it all into defense. All right, so we still have 300 players. We're on the road against the Heat. We win again, so a couple of road victories. Like, I don't want to trade Leon Smith. He's been so valuable to us. I mean, 14 points, 15 rebounds off the bench. I mean, he signed to a reasonable contract, too. I know he's unhappy. But he signed to a reasonable contract and we're winning. So I don't know that. I mean, Wall we can trade because it's an asset we don't necessarily need. But maybe we can just trade Wall for a mid-first round pick. We'll take a look when we get to the end of the month. Still on 300 players. 32 and 12. We should have somebody back soon, right? I mean, Lodarchik should be back in the next day or 2. Oh, he's back already. Okay. Clark and Lodarchik. Mason's out for 1 day. Brown's probable. All right. And we'll just restore the lineup once everybody's healthy. Road game in Washington. We lose. Yeah, I mean, we're an okay road team, and we're not great. We're over 500. I mean, we're dominant at home, which helps. And see, this bugs me. And I talked about this last time. This is crippling Angeli's stats. Another double-double for Hicks, or for Smith. Another 20 points for Hicks off the bench. Lindemann, 12 points. He was a plus 23. Let's go. Morant, 21. Murray had 20. 8 and 10 for Lodarchik, who's been like thrilled with him. I think we have everybody back. We do. Let's go to depth and restore the lineup. All right. Let's keep going. We have a game today? We do. A road game against the Magic. 16-point victory. Jonathan Isaac wants to be traded. 6 players in double figures. Brown, Morant, 12 and 18 for Keegan, 31 for Ja. Smith with 11 off the bench. Let's do the press conference. Yeah, I mean, I wish they had different. I wish they had different. Like they only have like the same 6 or 7 questions. So we're on the 22nd. Yeah, so I think I may keep Brown. I know he's unhappy, but team's playing well. Team's playing well. Who's hurt? Murray's probable, so he's going to play 7 minutes or something in this game. We lose by 20. Not a good game. 131 points to the Spurs. Murray plays 10 minutes. Yep. This is just a bad game. Nothing really to look at. Lodarchik's just not good, man. He's signed to a reasonable contract, but he's just not good. Maybe he's the player we move. Move him and Wall and try to get a power forward someplace else. Home game here. Another loss. So back-to-back losses and a home loss. 38 out of Hicks, though, so I'll take it. 38 points off the bench. I mean, he's been so good. 13 and 15 for Brown. Lodarchik again with a meh game. All right, we're healthy. 34 and 15. We got OKC coming up here today at home. There's a 20-point home victory. Excuse me. 23 for Morant, 21 for Angeli, 12 and 17 for Keegan. Almost up to a double-double again. We got Hicks for this year and next, right? Yeah. He's going to require big money. But that's okay. That's okay. I'll pay him. Because what we might do here is if we move Lodarchik, Murray goes to the 4, Hicks comes in and plays the 3. He's been so good off the bench, I don't want to change that. Home game against the Rockets. Big win over the Rockets. That's 29 and 14. It's a 42-point victory over the Rockets at home. 26 for Morant, 9 and 18 for Angeli, 34 and 16 for Brown. Yeah, he's just a better offensive player than Smith is. Smith is a great rebounder. That's really what he brings, which obviously has a ton of value, but still. Leon has been amazing. Jason has done a nice job for us. We love having Lodarchik. Not really. We're at the end of January now. So let's sim the final game of January. A home game, another big win. Angeli has suffered an injury. That's not good. Another almost 30-point victory. How long is he out for? Oh, that hurts. Angeli out for the almost the season, 64 days. Probably get him back for the postseason, but that changes our needs here. All right. Well, it is what it is. So we are going to put the ball in Morant's hands. No, we're not. We're going to put Lindemann in as a starter. And point guard. Gonna have to change some of this up, I think. So Angeli and Wall. Make all this and do that. And come over here and do point guard. And then do shooting guard. Small forward. Morant's playing too much. He doesn't need to play the entire third quarter. Let's do something like that. Let's save real quick. So that hurts. So that's a waste of a season for Angeli. Just suffered a number of injuries. Gets Thibault some playing time potentially. Lindemann is the... Yeah, I got Morant playing the entire first half. That's not going to work. But I don't want Lindemann playing that much either. That's the other thing. Just looking at the ball handling ability of Lindemann and Morant are fine. Let's do that. And let's see who's on the block, I guess. Brown, Cole Anthony, but he's making way too much. Jordan Poole. My phone is beeping and beeping and beeping, and I don't know why. Because I just got like 6 messages. Bernard Walker. Guys, hang on just a second. All right, guys, we're back. And I don't know if the Bulls are going to take this, but they might. It would get us Terry Taylor, who's a 29-year-old who would effectively replace Wall for now. It gets us Tom, Tom Buehler, who was the 20th overall pick in the draft this season. Not a great rebounder, but a good defensively. Could be that backup. And he's 28. So we get Buehler, Taylor, and the Bulls first for Leon Smith and Luis Wall. I don't know if that's something it's not a terrible deal. Obviously, it's a downgrade for us. I want to see if there's a better option. Here we go. Jeremy Lieb. I like that. And he's on the block. I don't know about that. I don't know that they have... they're not cap legal. I am not kidding. So what if we expanded? All right. Well, they got a lot of big contracts, don't they? They're all multi-year. That's the problem. Hayes. Can we bring in... Lieb is He's 21. His contract is reasonable. 64 handling, 71 passing. Where is Lindemann? Okay, so Lindemann, 59, 56, 58. So they're about even in terms of their ratings. I mean, Lieb's really good defensively though. What's Lindemann's defensive rating? 63. So it's 63 and 73. It's not that far off. 67 stealing. 51 stealing. Yeah. He's listed as a playmaker though. I would be fine bringing in Killian Hayes, I guess. I gotta send them something because it's not cap legal. I kind of like Lieb more. I mean, in reality, though, is he younger? He's actually younger. He's already listed as a playmaker. He's making like half the money. Yeah, they like him more too. Okay, that's fine. Jacob Harris. I'm looking for either a young player on the block, which this game will do, and potentially look to move, some combination of Lodarchik, Wall, that sort of thing. Mathurin is a beast. Get Arthur Williams on the block. Wow, Emmett Stoudemire, a second-round pick, up to 3 stars, 3.5 stars, 80 defensive ability. I like him. You gotta have a bad contract that you want to send me, right? These guys are all 2.5 stars. You got any of those twos? There we go. All right. So what can I do to make you like this deal? Nothing. Giannis and Embiid both are Embiid on the block. Yeah, Kobe White. Not a lot else. The Lakers have TJ Stone on the block. He looks really good. He's an elite defensive player. I mean, they wouldn't trade him to me. I can't imagine. Yeah. You can get an idea if you're close just based off what they're saying. Miles Turner. Bring Miles Turner back. Kind of do some defensive stuff for us. Get your first. And he's 30 years old. Darchik. I mean, that feels fair to me. Game doesn't like it, so we will move on. I don't really know what I'm looking for, though. That's sort of the thing here. I'm looking for... I mean, ultimately, we need another point guard. I need to bring in another point guard, but I don't want to break the bank. But at the same time... Damian Barnes. Don't trade him. A lot of big contracts in Minnesota. Some players that aren't particularly good. The Pelicans. They don't have anybody on the block. The Knicks. Mitchell Robinson. Obi Toppin. Orlando. Sheen Briggs is somebody I really wanted. Somebody I wanted out of the draft, if you remember correctly. He's 6'4", lockdown defensively. I mean, he becomes our starting point guard for the rest of the year, but his contract is up. I mean, if they wanted to do a Lodarchik for Briggs straight up kind of deal, I'd be down for that. Is it just that you don't like Lodarchik? What about if we put Wall in there? Added. See, yeah, okay, so they value Wall more, and that's fine. What if I gave you a second-round pick? Not quite enough value. What if I gave you another second-round pick? Not quite enough value. What if I gave you one of my other picks from this season? Want it to be Clyburn because he actually has some value. I mean, that's not bad for a backup center. So can we expand this some? If I give you Leon Smith, Sheen Briggs, Zach Levine. Yeah, I mean Briggs would move into our starting lineup and would be our starting point guard. I give you a first. Is that enough? Wall, Thibault, and a first for Briggs. It is. Okay. I'm good with that because that gives us depth at a better position. So Briggs now becomes our starting point guard. That leaves Hicks on the bench where we want him. Lindemann is our backup point guard. Point guard. So that keeps Lindemann out there. What is this doing? Let's go back to the lineup the way we had it. Thank you very much. Lindemann, Clark, Smith. Yeah, I'm good with that. So we gave up a first next year. But we pick up Hashim Briggs, 26-year-old out of Michigan State. Not a great, I mean, he's a good shooter, not a great scorer. He's good defensively. So I think that's good. We may take a look at the buyout market after the trade deadline. And ultimately, what we might do is if Angeli comes back for the postseason, we might put him in the starting lineup. I mean, if we have Briggs and Hicks coming off the bench, manning our second team for the postseason with Mason and Smith, I'm good with that. So we gave up a first, but we gave up players that we didn't really care about. Wall I didn't really care about. And then it gives us Leon Smith through the end of the year, which I am fine with. So let's get through the deadline. Road game here against the Thunder. It's a 127-121 victory. I like that. I like the road wins against good teams. Briggs in his debut, 24 points, 12 rebounds, only a couple of assists, but that's fine. Morant had 30, 10. Look at those numbers, man. 64 rebounds in this game. 11 and 15 for Murray, 12 and 10 for Brown. Another road game, this time against the Bulls. 27-point victory. All 5 players in double figures. 25, 5, and 7 for Morant. 22 and 7 for Briggs. Double-double for Murray. Wow, we outscored them by 23 in the fourth quarter. We have 300 players now. One of them is Briggs. Hooray. And one of them is Lindemann. He's out for 2 days. Okay. We will just... Well, and Lindemann is... all right. Free agents. Passing... Kennedy or Devontae Graham. They're about even. We'll go Graham. Like it's Graham out there to back up. I mean, he's only out for 2 days, but gets us a little extra depth. We got a game against the Knicks, so we will need Graham for that one. But again, buyout market type stuff. Road game at Madison Square Garden is a 2-point loss. Lots of trades. As expected, we had an alert. Oh, an inbox message. What do we get? Isaiah Livers is a pro. Good. You kick rocks then, man. I don't care. Goodbye. Depth. Briggs is back, so we can swap him and Lindemann. We can swap Graham and Lindemann there as well. Any big trades or important trades? I don't think so. Jonathan Isaac traded. Tyler Harrow traded. That was a big deal. Yeah, he's averaging 20 points a game. For Bam. Bam traded back to the Heat. Let's look at free agency again. Buyout market stuff. Nothing of note. We have a game today. We have a game on the 8th. Today's the deadline, though. Let's go to the press conference. We'll be better in the next one. Jason's done a nice job for us. I'm incredibly happy with Gerard Brown. Sim this game. That gets us to the deadline or through the deadline. Is it through? Yeah, to the 8th is the actual deadline, right? Yeah. Excuse me. We have our team. We're not making any more deals. Picked up Hasheem Briggs. What does he want for a contract extension? Probably 30, 35 million, I would guess. I can't offer him a contract. I could probably qualify him. Hicks doesn't want to talk yet. Yeah, Clyburn's probably with the team next year. Honestly, this is probably the end of Leon Smith. Yeah, I think we trade Smith in the offseason. That's not a problem for right now. He's important to the team. Road game in Brooklyn. And what's going on? Ugh. Oh, I don't have garbage time minutes loaded. All right, that's fine. Point guard, Lindemann. Shooting guard, Graham, I guess. Can we get our 40th win here in the final game of the episode? Invalid. Sacramento is missing a depth player. Well, I can't put somebody in that spot, so I guess we just come in and we sign someone. Who's the best defensive player available? Here we go, 25-year-old. Rodney Lang, a 23-year-old. Handle. Oh, we're gonna go Thurman. Here, now we have a full roster. Are you happy? And we win 100-97. So we finished the episode 40-16. I don't know that 60 wins is in our reach. We need to go like 14-6 or something like that down the stretch, which is manageable, I think. But Briggs with another good game, 17-6-5, 14-10 from Morant, 22-15 from Murray. Standings wise, we are 11.5 games up on the Lakers. It looks like we have the Pacific wrapped up. So the best record in the West. We are 3.5 games clear of Dallas. In the NBA, we have it the best record in the league. We are a game and a half up on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cool. So we don't have a high first-round pick yet for the first time in forever, but we are 40-16 statistically. Morant's average down to 23.8, but rebounds are up. I mean, 24-6-5 is fine. I mean, I'll take it. Morant 17-9.8, Hicks 14-4-3 off the bench. Angeli's season ends 13.5, 6.5. Gerard Brown 12-7. Clark 10 points off the bench. Lodarchik and Smith are those trade chips, I think, in the offseason as we look to move up in the draft. Mason's done a nice job off the bench. Lindemann, his rookie campaign has been fine. And that's really it, guys. We'll quickly take a look at the league leaders here. I have to get back to work. Trae Young leads the league. There's Morant in 11th, assists per game. Garland, there's Angeli at 14. Rebounds per game, Nikola Jokic. There's Murray at number 15. Blocks per game, Bradley at 4.3. Steals per game, Ben Simmons leads the league. There's Briggs at number 10. Best three-point shooter in the league is Hachimura at 50%. There's Angeli at number 12. And triple doubles, it's Doncic. It's always Doncic. And that is going to do it, guys. So I will sim ahead to the end of the regular season. Next episode will be postseason and maybe the offseason. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.